down on the buckhorn. I was running wild and free down on the buckhorn. My memories carry me when life didn't have much meaning at all, except for catching crawfish down by the waterfall down on the buckhorn. Down on the buckhorn. That spring-fed creek still cold and clear, hasn't changed much since the last time I was here. The only changes have been in me. That can't change my memories of that carefree boy of 7 or 8. Just add 40 years, give or take. So I waited on in and all my troubles sank down between those buckhorn banks, down on the buckhorn. I was running wild and free down on the buckhorn. My memories carry me. Life didn't have much meaning at all, except for catching crawfish down by the waterfall down on the buckhorn. Down on the buckhorn.
Well, what's up, guys? This is Daniel from Arms Family Homestead, and today I just kind of wanted to do a kind of a response video to kind of maybe address the elephant in the room. And no, I'm not talking about my awesome new hoodie. That's not what I'm talking about. We'll get to more of that in a minute though, I'll tell you about that. But I kind of noticed lately several channels. First off, Al at Lumna Acres, and then my buddy Dutch from Keeping It Dutch. Both of these guys posted a response video to a very popular, very well-known YouTube channel with several hundred subscribers, with several 100,000 subscribers. And it's Pure Life for Living is the name of the channel. And I've never really watched them a lot. Seen a few of their videos here and there, but it's just never been a channel I've really followed. But apparently a couple weeks ago, they posted a video and kind of made a comment about so many people out here are just playing Homestead or playing Homesteader. And I think it kind of caused an uproar in our little homesteading community, I guess you want to call it, on the internet. And I thought I'd talk about that for a little bit. So yeah, so what are my thoughts on playing Homesteader? Are we just playing Homestead or playing Homesteader? Guys, I don't care. I mean, I think a lot of people kind of got upset. I'm not saying Al and Dutch did, because Dutch was very positive in his video. Al was not, you know, bashing anybody either. But Pure Life for Living made that comment about so many people are playing Homesteader. And I've shown you guys several clips. And what are your thoughts? Do you think we're playing Homesteader? And are you playing Homesteader? Because I don't know. I really don't care. If coming out here and growing my own food in the high tunnel and trying to use my chickens to move them around the high tunnel, and you know, working with tools like the Haas wheel hoe, which I'm going to talk more about that in just a second. You know, and having the goats and cutting firewood and all that stuff is playing Homestead. Well, quite frankly, I think I'm playing Homestead. You know, I'm okay with that. That's not a problem to me. So I don't have a problem with playing Homesteader. And I've talked about this several times on my channel. I even considered changing the name of my channel for probably a year. And I've talked to this, and I've talked about this, and I've talked to you guys about it. I never once in my life called myself a homesteader, or that this was a homestead. This was and is, and as far as I'm concerned will be, just a way of life for us. I never used the term homestead or homesteader until I kind of got acquainted with this community on YouTube. And that was just kind of the common term that everyone across the country accepted. And that's okay. I'm fine with that. I don't call myself a homesteader. So am I playing Homestead? Yes, no, yeah, maybe. I don't care, because I enjoy coming out here and growing my own food. I enjoy coming out here and failing at growing tomatoes some years, or failing at putting together my Haas Tools high arch wheel hoe the proper way. I said I'll get to that in just a second. I don't care, because right now, as it stands, my life is not dependent upon this. This is what I do for fun. This is a stress reliever. And, we come out here and we hunt deer, and Emily shot her elk. And we have that meat for our freezer. We raised a calf a few years ago. We still have a freezer full of grass-fed beef. We have, all of our vegetables. Fish. I love to fish. I've got a whole playlist of fishing videos. I love to eat fish. It's just, at least here in Oklahoma, I don't know what it's like where you're at, but here in Oklahoma, it's just a way of life. It's just a rural American way of life. And if we're playing homesteader, so be it. I'm okay with that, because I enjoy what I'm doing. And, I don't know that Pure Life for Living meant it negative. I don't know. I don't really care. Everyone has their own opinion, and it doesn't bother me that someone says I may be playing homesteader. Phone ringing. Oh, Snapchat. Got some Snapchats. I talked about that on one of my videos a while back. My Snapchat for my Arms Family Homestead stuff, and a lot of you have followed me on Snapchat. Anyways, I'm okay with playing homesteader because I enjoy it. And I'm sure that so many of you out there may live on a large property, or 2 or 3 acres, or in a subdivision in town, but you still have the ability to produce some of your own food. You may be growing most of your own food, or you may just have a couple raised beds or some pots on the back porch where you're growing a few herbs. I don't care. But if you're producing some of your own food and you want to call yourself a homesteader, go for it. It's just is what it is, guys. You know me, I don't get too worked up about things, and this is just our way of life, and I enjoy documenting it through that little lens right there for you guys to be able to watch, and hopefully inspire somebody else to come out here and do some of this. To put a feed sack over a fig tree so it doesn't get frozen, throw some spinach in the ground, raise a few goats, whatever it is. I document this maybe just to inspire a few people to come out here and try their own, because I can promise you, when you go to the grocery store and buy a tomato, and you come out here and you pick a tomato and you do a taste test between the 2 tomatoes, the one from the grocery store has no flavor, which it's not going to have near the nutrients. It's not going to be near as healthy for you. Because of the way it's grown and picked and produced and shipped and sprayed and all that, versus this homegrown tomato that's just amazing, wholesome, nutrient-dense food. And there's a sense of pride that I get, and you will too if you grow it yourself. So, that's enough of that. Everybody's been wanting to know how the chickens are doing in the high tunnel, in the chicken tractor over there. Everybody's been asking for an update, and I haven't talked about those lately. So the last you knew, they were on that bed over there, on that far raised bed, and now I've moved them over to this one. And I didn't document that move because I did it in the dark, but they are loving this raised bed too, guys. Still have been slacking and haven't built a nest box. I need to get a nest box put in here. They're not laying a lot right now, just one or 2 eggs here and there. But let me set this camera down. So I did move it. I did move the chicken tractor from that bed over here to this one, and we did it at night. I got Weston to come out here when all 3 hens were setting up on a roost, and we came out here and just lifted it up from one bed and moved it, whatever it is, 10 feet over here to this bed, and set it down. And the next morning they were in a new spot. And it worked perfectly. No chickens were harmed in the moving of the tractor. No one got out. No one panicked. I don't even know that they ever really knew that they were moved. So I had a lot of people asking how I was going to move the chicken tractor from one bed to the next, because it's kind of cumbersome and big, and you can't just slide it when it's up on an elevated raised bed. So my plan was to move it at night, and worked out perfectly. Now, back on the topic of the Haas Tools high arch wheel hoe here that you saw Houston and I put together the other day. After I posted that video, I had several people comment because I did something that I didn't catch at the time. Well, let me show you what it was. When I installed the handles, I kind of put them on backwards. So I'm going to move these around real quick. These two should be on the outside, and the bolts are supposed to go that way to open up that clearance in there. And I just did it backwards. So in my defense, you saw in the video, if you hadn't seen that, go check it out. I'll leave a link to that video and putting this thing together. I let Houston come out here and unbox this thing. We opened it up together, and I told him he could help me put it together because it was pretty simple. And so we're bolting everything up, and he's really getting excited. You know, I don't know if you've ever worked with a 5-year-old, but there are some distractions involved. So we were just trying to throw everything together quickly for the video so everyone could see it. And I wasn't paying attention close enough, obviously. And we put the handles on the wrong side, of that metal support bar. So I'll get that fixed. That's not a big deal. But I'm still super impressed with this little tool. It is amazing. My bad, sorry. Let's try that again. Well, there you have it. Now the handles are turned around. Put them on the outside of those bars. And now we've got a lot more clearance. So I show you guys that to say, I'm not afraid to show you my mistakes. I'm not afraid to say I mess up. If you watched very many of my gardening videos last year, I really struggled in the high tunnel. It was new, first year growing in these raised beds, and I struggled a little bit. And I'm not afraid to show you guys my mistakes because we're not perfect, and we're not always going to have a perfect garden. We're not always going to have a 100% success rate with our livestock. Sometimes we're going to put a tool together and we may do it wrong and come back and fix it, and that is okay. I don't mind you guys pointing out my mistakes if I do something wrong. You guys do it all the time, and we learn from each other. This is all a learning process, and I am completely happy with that. So guys, if I'm doing something wrong or you guys see I'm doing something wrong, don't hesitate to tell me. I mean, maybe in a nice way. Don't tell me I'm like, you stupid fool. You know, say, hey, I think you're doing something wrong, and we'll address it and get it fixed, and all is good. Well guys, that's all I've got for today. I just kind of wanted to address that and say, hey, pure living for life, accusing everybody of playing homesteader, that's okay. I don't care. I'm fine with that. We're not perfect. We're gonna make mistakes, but we're learning from what we're doing. We're growing our own food, and all is well and all is great. But I said I was going to tell you guys more about this. So this is a brand new hoodie. I just got it yesterday. A friend of ours owns a t-shirt shop, and I sent her some ideas. She made some hoodies for me. But I'm also working with another company. He also works with several other homesteading type, you know, people playing homestead on YouTube, and makes t-shirts for them, like Cog Hill Farm, and I believe Lumna Acres, and I don't know who all else, but we're coming up with some designs, trying to get a website built so we can have a place to have a online store. That's all new to me, guys. But let me know what you think about the hoodie. YouTube, Arms Family Homestead. It's the same logo I have on the back of my truck. I like it. It's pretty simple, plain, but it shows the public when we're out and about what we're doing. And I like it. So is this something that anybody would be interested in purchasing? If you are, leave it down in the comment section below and let me know. And we may have some t-shirts for sale soon, maybe some hoodies. I don't know. We're all new at this, and it's just something that people have been asking for. So here we go. Cool shirts. I like it. It's awesome. It's kind of neat going out in public wearing your own logo. I mean, How cool is that? Usually I just go out in public wearing, you know, the logo for the state. Uniform. Anyways, guys, that's all I've got for today. I hope you're out there enjoying yourself, enjoying your life of playing Homestead, playing Homesteader. I'm okay with that, and I know most of you guys are okay with that. I don't care if someone says we're not real true homesteaders, because guys, I don't really feel like a homesteader anyways. I'm just a guy growing food. So anyways, thanks for watching. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video.